Welcome to the the-fwot-show on the Coil Entertainment Network. I'm Rob Steele, that's Jesus Jones in the background, and let's talk about the not-so-great state of Georgia. I mean, we can fix it, and it needs to be fixed, but it needs to be done fairly quickly and during this next election, which we've already got some issues with because the Georgia Secretary of State, Brian Kemp, is blocking about 53,000 people from registering to vote in Georgia. Now, the thing about this is, he's running for governor against a Democrat. Wait a minute, that means Brian Kemp's a Republican. Yes, it does. He's running against Democrat Stacey Abrams, who is an African-American woman. And frankly, I don't care if she's African-American or a woman. She's more qualified. That's the part I'm looking at. Now, Brian Kemp's blocking of these people to register to vote, 70% of those are in primarily African-American communities. Sounds like someone who's already in a position of power is trying to block people from voting. That sounds like a horrific idea, doesn't it? Now, some say that they can still vote if they bring their IDs. The problem actually being that they can't get IDs anymore. That's where the blocking part comes in. And his supporters are saying it would be a shame for the media to distort this and make it look like he's trying to do something evil and wrong, even though he's doing something evil and wrong. Hint. So basically what I'm saying is, vote for Abrams, because she knows what the hell she's doing, and she's actually for the people, as opposed to Kemp, who is neither Sean Kemp, my favorite basketball player, or Matt Kemp, the baseball player. So at this point, fuck him, kick this bastard out. Ta-da! Problem solved. But the issue is similar to one they have with an Ohio law, where people are saying they want to seize the guns and take them and burn them down and make useful things out of them instead of, guns. Now, who is wanting to do this? That'd be them damn liberals. Except the bill in question is proposed by Governor John Kasich. Kasich is an egg pie, usually with meat in it. No, that's quiche. Kasich is a Republican who is kind of like an egg pie with meat in it. So, wouldn't it be a shame if the media were to get a hold of what he's trying to do and botch it to make it look like liberals are trying to screw with you? Although, I did come across some other Ohio laws that need to be passed. Let's take a look at these real quick. Even if you're not in Ohio, you should go, I wonder if my state has this. Like Bill, or HB, which stands for House Bill, as opposed to SB, which is Senate Bill. How you look at it. House Bill 153, which prohibits imitation firearms that look real. Basically what this is doing is preventing the, hey, that kid looked like he had a gun kind of thing going on, than allowing law enforcement to shoot them. Some make too much sense of the point, and frankly, I'm amazed they need a law. I'm thinking more along the lines of maybe if you, train the cops to identify, little kids most of the time aren't going to have real guns, so don't shoot them. How to identify someone of diminished stature from a distance. Maybe that kind of a class. Or how about HB 152 requiring hunting license to say firearm restricted if the applicant has a felony record. Meaning, if you got a record, you can't have a gun because you're not supposed to have a gun. What a concept. Granted, hunting licenses are fairly useless. How often are they checked? I'm just saying, it's not like I've ever walked into a forest and come across a guy going, I need to see your ID. I don't think that happens. How about Senate Bill 150, which prohibits a domestic abuser from having a firearm? I would have thought, well, yeah, duh. If you are committed a crime that is violent against anybody, you shouldn't be allowed to have a gun, especially if you're in a place with a person that you abused. That shouldn't happen. Last one, before I move on, House Bill 305, requiring the taking away of firearms from those people who are prohibited from carrying a gun. That's right. This bill requires law enforcement to take guns away from people who aren't allowed to have guns. What the f*** were they allowed to do before? I've seen that guy. He's not allowed to have a gun, but he's got one, but there's no law that says I have to take it away from him. Why? Does common sense exist in Ohio? And I'm going out on a limb here and saying, I don't think it does. Now, it's about this time every year that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame reveals the nominees for the next class of people to be inducted. This year, those people include Radiohead, Rage Against the Machine, Janet Jackson, Roxy Music, Stevie Nicks, The Cure, and Def Leppard. And you know what? With the possible exception of Roxy Music and the goat from Fleetwood Mac, some people call Stevie Nicks. I'm sorry, I know she's so pretty, but she sounds like a goat in all of her songs. I'm digressing. You know what? Fine, put them in. Don't care, because the whole thing is screwed up anyway. Want proof? Let's look at who is not allowed to be nominated anymore, if I understand this correctly. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is no longer going to have Kate Bush, or Nine Inch Nails, or the Smiths, or Depeche Mode, or the Eurythmics, and I'm sure a lot of other people have been left off this list. Well, why the hell not? Nine Inch Nails, one of the most influential industrial rock bands in the history of ever. Influenced by Depeche Mode to an extent. And even the Eurythmics, both of whom very big in the 80s. But no, not going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because it would make f***ing sense. Can't have that. It's in Ohio. Oh, by the way, you know who else is a finalist this year? You know who? John Prine. Possibly John Prine. I don't know. I'd never heard of the guy. I had to look him up. I thought maybe he's someone from the 40s or the 50s, one of the older people who just got overlooked until now. No, he isn't. I had to look him up. Basically, he looks like my 8th grade shop teacher was in a hideous car accident, only he does that on purpose. I don't know why. I looked up his music on YouTube, for lack of other places, because I'm not going to go buy it. I don't know what he is, what he sounds like, what kind of genre of rock he's in. But he sounds an awful lot like that guy I gave money to who was playing his guitar outside the bookstore the other day. Yeah, not terribly good and slightly out of tune, and I was really kind of paying him to go somewhere else. But there he is. He's going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because Nine Inch Nails knows how to play instruments and therefore is ineligible. If that makes any sense to you, let me know. Contact me through the website, the-fwot-show.com, where there's buttons for Facebook and Twitter, and email, rob@the-fwot-show.com, because I'm trying to make things easy for you. Like putting buttons to subscribe to the show with, to, let's say, YouTube, or the iTunes Store, or the Google Play Store. You know, it's all there. It's all free to subscribe. Go ahead and do so. While you're at it, go to the Fwot shop. Pick up, let's say, a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing, which is very cool. Or a poster. That's right, posters of the show. What a concept. Or stickers. I've got some of the stickers, too. They're very nice. High-quality stickers. Kind of waterproof, but I'm not going to pour water on them to find out. I tend to keep my water away from the stickers. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with something I'm sure some of you are going to think is good news. I'm taking next week off. I'm considering that good news. Not that I don't want to be here and do this. I will be back the week after. I'm just, got lots of stuff piling up, and next week, there's too much of it. So I'm taking the week off. In the meantime, enjoy the Jesus Joneses in the background, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.